All right, well, Steelers, they get the win 34-12 over the Cincinnati Bengals. Where do I begin? First and foremost, the defense I thought played very well today. There were a few missed tackles here and there, but overall, they let up a touchdown on the first drive and they didn't let up another one since. And at the end of the day, they only allowed 12 points. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with what the defense did. On top of that, they got two defensive turnovers, both leading to touchdowns. So, I have no complaints with the defense. As for the offense, lots of injuries all over the place. Warren got hurt. He came back in. Rogers, he got hurt. He hurt his non-throwing hand. He missed the entire second half. And Mason Rudolph in his place, he wasn't asked to do a whole lot. The offense, yes, although I do think it did look better in the second half. That was mainly just a bunch of short throws to the running backs and the tight ends, and he wasn't really asked to do a whole lot. Now, looking at this game as a whole, the offense scored 20 points. The defense scored 14. So, without those two defensive turnovers, and I've been saying this all season long, the Steelers have been like this for years. When they get those turnovers, they win the games. When they don't, they lose, and you have games like you saw against the Packers, against the Bengals the first time we met, against the Chargers last week. You see what happens with our defense. Now, Kyle Duggar got here a few weeks ago. I'm all over the place. I apologize. The game just ended. Uh, Kyle Duggar, he got here a few weeks ago in the trade. I made a quick short on it. I'd say already worth the draft pick that we gave up. I think we gave up a conditional sixth, if I'm not mistaken. Worth the draft pick. He had a pretty great day today. Couple, as I said, with the defense overall, a couple missed tackles here and there. But overall, Kyle Duggar played great. He had one of the two defensive touchdowns today. And he had to step up big time in the safety spot because Jalen Ramsey was a freaking idiot. Got himself ejected by throwing a punch at Jamar Chase. I don't care what he said. You're a veteran in this league. You gotta know better than to do that kind of stupid stuff. So shame on you, Jalen Ramsey. As for the offense, let's go back to the offense. As I said, Mason Rudolph wasn't asked to do a whole lot, but he did well in the time that he had in the game. Kenneth Gainwell, you know what? I'm going to take credit for this one. I dropped Kenneth Gainwell in fantasy, and then he goes out and scores two touchdowns. So, that just makes sense. So, I'll take credit for at least one of those touchdowns because I figured that was going to happen. That's how fantasy football works. But all jokes aside, Kenneth Gainwell, I thought he played well today. I thought it was a bit weird that he was getting a lot of the carries today, but it made sense. Warren, he got hurt, particularly in the first half. I'm talking about. He was getting a lot of touches, just especially towards the end of the first half. So I don't know if Warren had some sort of injury that he had been dealing with, and then it really came to fruition in the second half after he did get hurt for real. But overall, he had a good day today. I can't complain. Warren, he also had a good day for the time he was in. Darnell Washington had a great day. He was all over the place, had some really big catches, a great block with like 7:30 left in the game, 3rd and 11. He had a terrific block to help Kenneth Gainwell get the first down. And that, I think, really sealed the game because that ended up leading to Kenneth Gainwell's second touchdown of the game. And yeah, overall, I thought it was a great game. Next week, the Steelers play the Chicago Bears. We'll see if Aaron Rodgers is going to be healthy for that game. Hopefully, the Steelers get some secondary help back. And Jalen Ramsey, we'll see if he gets suspended or anything for punching Jamar Chase. I wouldn't imagine he would, but it's definitely possible. But he'll definitely get a fine. He'll definitely get a fine. We'll see if he gets a suspension or anything. I don't think he will, but wouldn't doubt it. And we'll see if Warren is ready to go. In terms of the offensive line, I thought that Troy Fautanu, I think he's been great this season. I haven't talked much about the offensive line. I think Broderick hasn't been terrible. I think this has so far been his best season as a pro. And that's promising. Of course, he's had his struggles this season, but I think this has definitely been his best season as a pro. But yeah, overall, I thought the offensive line played fine. I thought Rodgers held on to the ball too long a couple of times, but overall, I thought the offensive line played well. The running backs had big holes, primarily on the outside, in all fairness. But yeah, I don't have any complaints really from this team. I'd like for the offense to get off to quicker starts. Yes, they had a touchdown on the opening drive, but then after that, they really fizzled out. It wasn't really until the second half when the team started to get things going and Mason Rudolph was in. I don't know if that's just because, Rodgers is old, but if you ask me, the offense didn't look that different even with Rudolph in the game, just because, as I said before, it was a lot of quick, short passes to running backs and tight ends, and that's pretty much all our offense is on a day-to-day basis. But those are my thoughts on the game. Let me know if you care if I do these, after the game, during the game, whatever. Doesn't matter to me. I always read comments, but don't die. Go Browns today. Only for today, though. I'm mainly rooting against the Ravens, in all fairness.